Hello, I am Shawn Antoine II, and my topic is distributed solutions, also known as distributed computing, and how it scales and solves problems, how science has been impacted by distributed computing, and how us at home can use our own computers to help in scientific research. What I'm going to discuss today in my presentation is a background on what distributed solutions is, how distributed solutions/computing can help improve society, different types of distributed computing projects, an analysis of the future of distributed computing, how distributed solutions relates to computer science. Also, I will be showing you my final project website and a summary of the presentation of distributed solutions. I conducted a survey asking, is distributed computing the most important thing in computing? 30% of people said yes, 50% of people said no, and 20% of people said maybe. Background. What is distributed computing/solutions? Distributed solutions/computing allows computers to communicate. Distributed solutions also allows computers to communicate their actions and pass messages to each other. I conducted an interview asking a random bystander, what is distributed solutions, and your thoughts on that.
What do you know about distributed solutions or distributed computing?
I don't know much about it. Probably something that has to do with computers communicating together.
Do you feel computer messaging plays a major role in your life?
Yes, because it makes it easier for me to communicate at a fast rate.
Do you think in distributed computing, messages are passed between processors?
Um, yes, because somehow those messages have to be monitored. Um, you know,
When you can't make a call, what do you think is wrong?
maybe perhaps the call drops uh, in a bad area, or I'm
Thank you for watching my interview. Background continued about distributed solutions. Distributed solutions works by splitting up the larger tasks into smaller pieces so that they can be done at the same time and so that the task becomes easier. Here's also another link explaining how distributed solutions work. Background, distributed solution/computing projects. Distributed solution/computing projects focus on using volunteers in their personal computers. These projects allow volunteers to play a major role in scientific research. The two projects I will focus on are Folding at Home and Galaxy Zoo. Here's a link showing you Folding at Home and how it works. As you can see here, at Folding at Home's homepage, it asks you, what if? What if you could find a cure? Here's a video here explaining how Folding at Home works. It explains the types of diseases Folding at Home helps and how it works. It says that it uses protein folding to develop cures for different diseases, specifically cancer. Background, Folding at Home project. Folding at Home is a website that uses distributed computing to research cures for diseases. The project uses protein folding to compute drug designs. Folding at Home uses distributed computing to connect personal computers that download the software from the website. When these computers are connected, they will find out what protein what proteins will look like in their final form and how molecules will work with it. Background: Galaxy Zoo. Galaxy Zoo is a website that also uses distributed solution/computing. Galaxy Zoo is known as a form of citizen science because it allows its members to help in research. Galaxy Zoo was created in 2007. Analysis: how has distributed solutions impacted society? Distributed solutions has already impacted society by helping to advance in scientific research. These distributed solution projects help scientists and researchers gain more information in faster ways. Analysis: what is the future for distributed solutions? The future for distributed solutions are more projects. The amount of distributed solution projects are growing every day. Folding at Home has developed a way to use PlayStation video games consoles to distributed compute. They also found ways to use smartphones to also distributed compute. In the near future, you could see distributed computing all over and around us, and research could advance as technology advances. Relation to CSC 101. As I learned more about distributed solutions and distributed computing, I learned that it is completely related to CSC. In CSC, we learn about computers and how they communicate with each other, which is because of distributed solutions. In CSC 101, every week we learn about techniques to improve our websites. In the internet assignment we did early in the course, we learned about websites and how they can check performance. Distributed solutions work to help computers communicate to solve problems. Google Analytics helps our websites to better understand who is on our websites, how many times they are on our website, and which pages they are on our website. Distributed solutions works with this because we can tell who is on our website and what is wrong with our website, if there is a reason why they're leaving. And we can easily fix those problems through distributed computing, breaking that problem down into smaller tasks so that it can be solved. What we learned today in my presentation is distributed solution causes computers to communicate to solve complex problems by breaking them down. There are many distributed solution projects. Distributed solutions can help society. And we also learned how distributed solution relates to computer science. I created a website to further talk about distributed computing / solutions. Here's a link to my website. This is the home page for my website. I have an abstract which talks about what distributed computing is. Here's the table of contents where you can click a link to the different parts of my project. This is the introduction to my project. I talk about what I will be speaking about in this project. I also show you a survey that I conducted early in the course. This is the background talking about distributed solutions and the two types of projects I use, Galaxy Zoo and Folding at Home. I go on to talk about how distributed computing projects are growing very fast throughout the world. Galaxy Zoo and Folding at Home are just some examples that I use in my project to talk about their research. I have a video further describing what distributed computing is. Here's my analysis page where I talk about how distributed computing can transform in the near future and how these websites are already ahead of their time. Here's a link to my interview that I conducted earlier in this course. This is my relation to Computer Science 101. I say how every week in computer science we learn different techniques and how it relates to distributed solutions. It relates to distributed solutions because as we go on to work on our websites, we must know how we can solve problems that may occur. My conclusion page. I conclude everything about distributed solutions, talking about everything that occurred. These are my references for all the information that I gathered in my project. Summary. All in all, I have explained what distributed solutions slash computing is and how it works. Distributed solutions slash computing allows computers to communicate with each other and solve difficult problems by breaking them down. Distributed computing not only makes the lives of scientists and researchers much easier, but it also helps to improve ours. In the near future, there will be many more distributed computing projects so that we can improve our everyday lives. Thank you.